Matchday 19 in La Liga. EA Sports brought us the game between Mallorca and Football Club Barcelona at the Estadi Mallorca Son Moix. These two teams will be taking part in the Spanish Super Cup at the start of 2025, and therefore this La Liga fixture needed to be brought forward. Mallorca were coming into this game looking to pick up their third consecutive win in La Liga, whilst Barcelona were looking to bounce back from 3 games without a win in the Spanish top flight. Mallorca were caught offside early doors, this ball in behind for Antonio Sanchez, and this would be the start of a fairly common trend throughout the game, Barcelona playing with their very high defensive line. Barcelona arguably named their strongest 11 on the night, except Robert Lewandowski, who was rested and started on the bench. Ferran Torres came into the 11 in his place. Alejandro Balde had the first chance in the box for Barcelona, winning this early corner. He was fit enough to start, having gone off on a stretcher in Barcelona's last game following an impact to his throat. Lamine Yamal and Dani Olmo were also returning to the starting 11, along with Marc Caçador in the heart of midfield. There was an early shout for a penalty here on Lamine Yamal from Samu Costa. The referee, Gil Manzano, said there was nothing in the challenge. Barcelona, though, would end up taking the lead quite early into the game, following this big mistake at the back from Mallorca. A lack of communication between the goalkeeper, Leo Roman, and the defenders, Joan Mojica and Martin Valiente, led to Ferran Torres marking his return to the starting 11 with his second La Liga goal of the season. His only goal this campaign had been the 7th in Barcelona's 7-0 win at home against Real Valladolid. This one, very important though for him and for Barcelona, taking the lead quite early into the game, capitalizing on the mistake from Mallorca. This led to Barcelona throwing more men forward, and it was Torres himself who had the next chance. He could only get a corner from this effort, a good ball in from the left, but Leo Roman was there to parry away. Alejandro Balde given a lot of freedom to push up the left-hand side. As there we saw Robert Lewandowski, the only player for Barcelona who had started all 20 of Barcelona's games in all competitions ahead of this one, given his first chance to rest. Lamine Yamal returned from injury in Barcelona's last game, coming on at half-time in that 2-1 defeat at home to Las Palmas. He was looking to mark his return to the starting 11 with a goal, but he could only drag this shot wide after being set up by Rafinha, the ball hitting both of his feet there. Valeri was making his first start in a Mallorca shirt. Here he overhit the cross, and it was then Joan Mojica who played it back in, only for Antonio Sanchez to not hit the target. That being said, the offside flag was raised once again. There were shouts for a penalty against Pedri here. Claims for a handball from the midfielder from the Canary Islands, but this only led to a counter-attack for Barcelona, which Ferran Torres was unable to capitalize with. You can see here, quite clearly not a penalty, despite Mojica's claim. And this is Ferran Torres at the other end. Pablo Maffeo was shown a yellow card for this challenge on Íñigo Martínez. It was checked by VAR to see if it was enough for a potential red, but the referee would stick to just a yellow as both players went for the ball, but Maffeo caught the Barcelona centre half. Barcelona were looking to exploit the gaps in behind, and yet again it was Ferran Torres who got on the end of a cross from the left, this time Rafinha providing the pass, but Barcelona's number 7 unable to hit the target. Did well to find space in behind, but could only hit the side netting. Mallorca would actually get back on level terms just before half-time. Pablo Maffeo breaking the offside trap and playing it across to Vedat Murici to score his third La Liga goal of the season. There was some controversy around it as Samuel Costa was involved in the build-up to the move to claim whether he was offside or not. But Maffeo was onside and therefore he carried on with the move and it was finished off by Vedat Murici. It was checked obviously by VAR, but it was deemed that Samuel Costa's involvement wasn't enough to put off Íñigo Martínez or Iñaki Peña. So it was 1-1 going in to half-time. You can just see the offside call there against Íñigo Martínez. That being said, it did end 1-1 in the first half as Rafinha missed this clear one-on-one chance to make it 2-1. And Lamine Yamal also couldn't finish the second effort. A big save from Leo Roman to end the half. Rafinha not able to open his account on the night. Not that he would be too worried about that come the end of the game. Images now of the second 45. No changes made at the break. Lamine Yamal having the first chance for the visitors, trying his luck on his weaker right foot from outside the penalty area, but could only put the shot over the crossbar. Alejandro Balde here would then find Ferran Torres. He was looking for his second of the night, but he was only able to put the shot wide of the front post. Free kick for Rafinha was next, and rather than going over the wall, he went round the wall. But Leo Roman was there to still deny the Brazilian his first goal of the game. Barcelona, though, would eventually retake the lead as Dani Olmo picked out Lamine Yamal in space, and he was able to pick up a penalty. Joan Mojica shown a yellow card. Mojica now conceding penalties in back-to-back La Liga matches for Mallorca, having given one away in Mallorca's last game, a 2-1 win here against Valencia. So Lamine Yamal, overall, fairly quiet performance up until that point, but one burst of pace in behind won the penalty, which was then converted by Rafinha to take his La Liga goal tally to 10 for the season, coming 10 minutes into the second half. Strong penalty as well, obviously. No Robert Lewandowski on the pitch, so it was the Brazilian who took responsibility into his own hands. And sadly for Mallorca, this goal would actually lead to quite a few more for Barcelona. That being said, Mallorca were given the chance to quickly equalise, but Vedat Murici would head just wide and was also caught out by the offside flag yet again. Mallorca would actually end this game with over 10 offside calls by the linesman. Murici was in behind yet again. And this time he would miss the target too, but it was offside as well. See the run there, both he and Valeri in an offside position. Mallorca made their changes first. Robert Navarro and Dani Rodríguez would enter the fray, replacing Sergi Darder, as well as Valeri Fernandez. Dani Rodríguez had only just come on and tried to get the equaliser with a left-footed shot from outside the penalty area, but it would go just over the crossbar. Yagoba started making those two attacking changes to try and get back on level terms. But then Barcelona would really get into the game, as two more changes were made. Ferran Torres and Dani Olmo were taken off. Pau Victor and Frenkie de Jong came on. A couple of surprising changes by Hansi Flick, but they would actually have a big part to play in what was remaining in the game, as here Jules Koundé would pick out Lamine Yamal, and with another pass with the outside of his boot, he would pick out Rafinha, Barcelona's number 11, taking his La Liga goal tally to 11 this season. A sublime assist from Lamine Yamal. Lovely first-time effort, but just look at the picture-perfect assist from Lamine Yamal there. Rafinha getting just enough on it to help it past Leo Roman. Mallorca would react by bringing on Kyle Larin, Abdon Prats, as well as Mateo Morey. Triple change to get back in the matchup, but it was no good as Barcelona kept on pushing. Another pass with the outside of the boot for Lamine Yamal would see Pau Victor play this ball across, and the deflection fell kindly for Frenkie de Jong to score his first of the season with 12 minutes left to play. Barcelona already 4-1 up and out of sight as they were set to get back to winning ways in Palma de Mallorca. Frenkie de Jong, who's just come back from a very long injury, very happy with his goal. He seemed very emotional when celebrating. Lamine Yamal was next to looking for his goal of the night, but it was actually Pau Victor as Frenkie de Jong got to the loose ball, and he got a goal and an assist as Pau Victor would help the ball into the back of the net, scoring his second goal of the season. Barcelona's fifth on the night. Barcelona, incredibly, have now scored 48 La Liga goals in 16 matches. Barcelona back to winning ways. The final score in Mallorca. Mallorca 1, Barcelona 5.